I'm so happy that we're here together. Now, this series that I am putting together is very special to me because this is something that I wish I could have had when I was going through my gastrointestinal disease. I think it's very important to not understate that you must seek your practitioner. You have to know what exactly is happening internally. We can't take guessed. What happens is that when we're trying to take guessed and trying to hear from other people's experiences, and we're trying to add what worked for other people, we end up harming our system. Because you see, your system, we might have the same organs in the same place, but we don't have the same environment, and we don't have the same memories, and we don't have the same DNA. So what might work for me will definitely not work for you. However, there is a framework, and what that framework is that we all have the same body. We were all designed by the same creator, wonderfully and fearfully. We were all knitted in our mother's womb. He saw our substance before there was even any bones. That I speak from. And I also speak from my authority of being in a state of distress with gastrointestinal issues. Back in 2021, I started to have pain in my left side of my stomach. And I had never felt anything like that. I had been plant-based, vegan for several years. However, I was having this sensation that was very foreign to my body. And without going to a doctor, I started guessing and trying to do everything that I would see on YouTube and remedies that people would tell me. It wasn't until I ended up going to a gastrointestinal doctor that I realized that I had ulcers, I had inflammation in my upper intestines, and I also was diagnosed with Barrett's esophagus and silent acid reflux. It wasn't until then I could take the approach of where do I want to go with this? How do I want to go about this distress in my body? I tried traditional medicine, and their method is obviously the Band-Aid method. There isn't any time to get to the root of how this happened. Let's just get you in a comfortable place. Well, that wasn't how I do life. I like to get to the root of the problem. I want to know, well, how did this happen and how can I keep it from happening? So this is where I ventured off to seeing doctors that were outside of the traditional medicine field. And I went to a holistic approach. And there's these two doctors that really helped me and educated me. And this is why the desires in my heart is to do this series, because just how they educated me and gave me a clue of what exactly is happening in my stomach and how did this happen. It gave me so much more agency and control. And it eased down my nervous system. Yes. And that I would say between 80 to 90% of my healing story was that regulation. Now, the first time I went to go see one particular doctor, Dr. Wes Youngberg, here in Temecula, the first thing that he did is that he prayed with me. And I was like, this is interesting. A doctor praying for me in the name of Jesus? At that moment, my whole body was put at ease. All the stress, all the bracing was somehow gone. Second doctor, Dr. Mario Greenham, it's the same thing. He told me, don't stress. You're going to be fine. You're going to heal. And you're going to be able to have those foods that right now you're not having. Both of them addressed something that the traditional doctor had never even mentioned, I think. So I'm going to start by saying that whatever your gastrointestinal issues are, whether it be IBS, leaky gut syndrome, Crohn's disease, whatever it is, ulcers, constipation, diarrhea, anything that involves you being able to digest and eliminate. You are not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You are working perfectly in alignment with what's going on right here in between your ears. You see, because it's not just about what we put in our mouth, it's what we're putting in our mind. And this is how I learned. And this was the catalyst to me healing. And yes, I do have flare-ups, but my default is not to go into stress about it. My default is to go like, oh, interesting. I wonder what's happening next. My body is activated. So I look forward to being able to share more insights. But I want to leave you with this until next week. 1, your body's not broken. You're working perfectly. 2, what are you feeding your mind? What is it that makes your body uncomfortable because it's receiving a signal or a message from your nervous system? Just be aware. When do your flare-ups happen? Do they happen in a particular time of the day when you're around somebody in an atmosphere? What is it? That's all. That's step number 1, awareness. Noticing your patterns of when your flare-ups come. All right then, so I look forward to this, to sharing more about gastro health, my testimony, and what I do to help ease that discomfort of processing, consuming, and elimination. And if this video is giving you any hope or any sense of joy that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, please subscribe and give this a thumbs up.